22 years old out of Forest Lake, Minnesota on the inside. Emery Lehman on the outside. Lehman, 29 years old. He's already been to 3 Olympics, starting in Sochi when he was just 17. He will retire after this season. He is part of the trio we have talked about for the U.S. team pursuit. World champions, world record holders, he, Casey Dawson, and Ethan Separate.
Yeah, and I think he's one of the threats to make the 1,500-meter team here. He's competed at World Cup level. He's been in the A group, which means the top 20 in the world in the 1,500. Don't let his early splits fool you. His strength is in how strong he finishes. He's a great middle distance skater. He's a great technician, deeply experienced. You mentioned those 3 Olympics already.
Lehman told us, you know, it feels like he's accomplished basically everything he's wanted to in the sport. The Olympic gold medal is what's still out there. He's hoping to knock that off, but that is why he is retiring here. Lehman has the lead by 11/100ths. And again, his team pursuit teammates, Casey Dawson and Ethan Separate, still to come. They're both contenders, so Lehman needs to skate a fast time to be in front of him.
Exactly. That 5.6, 5.8 there, that was the fastest opening lap we've seen yet in the 1,500. That is what I expect for all of the contenders. Emery Lehman being the first one that we'll see it for winning a top 3 place with skate. Let's look at the second lap. 26.5, that's what you want to do. If he can have a 27.5 or a low 28, excuse me, 27.5 or a low, 28, he's going to be in a great position here, and he looks really good. He's just skating good rhythm, good pressure on each push, final corner.
Moving at nearly 34 miles an hour. Remember, the top 2 likely Olympians in the 1,500. Emery Lehman churning for the line. This is a great time. 1:44.21.
Ho, ho, ho. Emery Lehman throwing down. 29 years old. He wants to be on this individual race. He is almost certainly going to be named to the team pursuit team. He's a part of the world champion and world record holding team. That was a perfect 1,500. He skated so smoothly. You see these corners, he's got so much pressure. You notice the hip is turned into the corner. It's pushing in. It's almost like you're playing crack the whip when you're a kid. You just get slung around the corner. On the final stretch here, he looks as good on that last straightaway as he did on the first straightaway. He's got phenomenal aerobic capacity. He is pumped, and he should be 44. I think that's got a shot to be one of the top 3 times.
He's going to have to survive the next couple of pairs, including the next pair, which features Casey Dawson, his team pursuit teammate, someone he goes back and forth with in fantasy football, and someone, Lewis Johnson, Emery Lehman, someone who's beaten Casey Dawson in fantasy football this most recent year.
Yeah, the competition never stops for these guys on and off the ice. There's a story that deals with this pink backpack right here. So Casey Dawson has this fantasy football league with his team pursuit teammates, and Dawson finished last this year, and his punishment, he has to carry that pink backpack everywhere he goes. He'll have to take it to Milan as well. Dawson said, yeah, it keeps me humble, lightens up the mood every time I see it, and he says it's also a crowd favorite every time he carries it around. The same thing happened to Ethan Separate last year, and he had to carry around a frying pan everywhere he went. I'm not sure which one of those is worse.
Yeah, at least the backpack has some function, right? This is going to be a great pair. Casey Dawson on the inside, McDermott-Mostowy on the outside.
Ready.
Joey talked about how the 1,500 is the blend of the sprinters and the distance athletes. This is the marquee blend right here. You have the 1,000-meter trials champ, McDermott-Mostowy, on the outside. The 5,000-meter trials champ, Casey Dawson, on the inside, coming together in this race.
This is going to be a nail-biter. We expect Connor McDermott-Mostowy, he wants to make this 1,500. I think it's his best race. We expect him to be way ahead, and he is at the opener. He's a half second ahead of the time that we saw from Lehman, and he's just getting started. He's skating so well. Casey Dawson, the 5,000-meter champion, and going to be competing in that distance in the Olympics. He is going to surge at the end, but look right here at Connor. He's going to have to do it all by himself the whole way, and if he sees Casey Dawson at all, it'll be in the final 200 meters of this race.
These two both are already going to the Olympics. McDermott-Mostowy at 26 years old is having the best season of his career, and he leads by 0.7 of a second over Emery Lehman.
0.7 of a second, but the bulk of that came from the opening 300 meters. His first lap wasn't that much faster than Emery Lehman, and that's not necessarily the best place to be, because as you start getting fatigued and you start getting tired, Emery Lehman, we saw in that race, held very tight laps. Let's see this one. 7.4, he's to the wrong side of the split times in this 1500.
In the second, now Casey Dawson with his 5,000 strength has come toward the front here. Dawson going to the outside, McDermott-Mostowy to the inside. Lehman's time of 1:44.20 is the target. 2 Olympic spots out there on the line. McDermott-Mostowy battling back off the inside. Dawson powers forward. There's that endurance strength. He takes the pair, and he's into second. 1:45.62. Lehman's 1:44.20, looking absolutely sensational here with 1 pair to go.
Wow, what a race. McDermott-Mostowy very much looked like he just didn't have it from the beginning. You got to wonder how much that 1,000-meter and 1,000-meter win maybe took it out of him. He took off very fast, way ahead on the opening split, but he wasn't that much better on the first lap. Here you see the two battling. You can tell the difference in energy levels. Casey Dawson on the outer lane, McDermott-Mostowy now on the inner lane on the right side of your screen. Casey Dawson, you do not want to be in a last 100-meter shootout with this guy, because he is going to come fast. He just kept accelerating the whole way down. Solid race. Both these guys, they're well off that brilliant time skated by Emery Lehman. Again, they're fighting for 2 spots. Jordan Stolz is guaranteed. The next 2 are likely to earn a spot in 1500.
Bill, thanks very much. I'm with his coach, Bob Corby. And Bob, Jordan is already headed to Milan in the 500 and the 1,000. He started both of those races and finished. Now, what's the plan for the 1,500 today?
Well, he's headed to Milan for the 1,500 because he pre-qualified for those 3 races based on the World Cup results from the last couple of months. So the rules state that if you are pre-qualified, you have to go to the Olympic trials, go to the line, and start the race. It doesn't say you have to finish, doesn't say anything. So he's really tired from training, and he's got a head cold, and he wasn't very satisfied with his 500 meters. So he's just going to go to the line, go with the gun, and probably skate right into the warm-up lane, and that'll be the end of it. And then he's still going for the 1,500.
Okay, that's clear. So he will be able to go in the 1,500. Now, the mass start is tomorrow. So what's the plan for that?
Well, he's still planning on skating that. So hopefully he feels a little bit better overnight and just is able to do both of the mass starts tomorrow.
Okay, and you mentioned that he is still in the midst of a hard training cycle in the midst of these Olympic trials and has a head cold. What are you seeing out of him with those 2 factors?
Well, that he's really tired. When I watched the video of the fall yesterday and then popped up, I texted him and I said, you know, if we would have rested longer than 2 days, I think you might have won that race.
Wow.
And he said, yeah, I think I might have.
Wow.
So we just got home from the World Cups and felt like we really needed to train a big push before the Olympics. So we did 2.5 weeks of really hard training. Unfortunately, then he got a cold, and then that made it worse.
Gotcha. Bob, thanks so much for stopping by and clarifying everything.
Sure, no problem.
Bill?
So here is Jordan Stolz. He is a 6-time world champion. He dominates this event. He's pre-qualified because of how he has dominated the World Cup circuit this year. So all he needs to do is start. And what he and his coach have told us is all he's going to do is start this race to earn his spot. He's been in the midst of a massive training block, and he picked up a cold over the last few days. So after winning the 500 earlier today, he's just feeling very tired, hoping to skate the mass start tomorrow. This is the smart decision here. Ethan Seprin on the inside. An Olympian, part of that great team pursuit team, and a chance to make the 1,500 as well. So you see Stolz will just stand up and skate off here. Seprin's target time, 1:44.20 to beat Emery Lehman, 1:45.60 for that second spot ahead of Casey Dawson. With Stolz officially skating off here, that means Lehman is guaranteed a top 2 finish.
That's right. So Lehman will likely go to the Olympics in 1,500 meters. Ethan Seprin, I think, is a potential in the 1,500, but he is going to really have to get it going. That was a very slow opener. Now he's going to test my theory that I said the opener doesn't matter, because if he's opening that slow compared to the times we saw, then it might matter. Seprin is a distance guy. He's a guy who winds it up lap after lap after lap. but he's still going to want to see at least a low 26. If this thing's anywhere slower than 26.5, I think it's going to be a hard lift.
26.4, so he's 1.73 seconds back of Lehman, and he's back of Dawson here too.
And I got to say, it's a tough position to be in. You think you're pulling the fastest pair of the day, being paired with Jordan Stolz, and then you realize, oh man, I got to do this all by myself to try and make an Olympic berth in the 1,500 meters. Look at Seperin's foot speed. He is just still trucking along, just clip, 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 clip. He's got a high tempo here. Let's see where he stands. Still 1.6 seconds off the time. He is going to try and shoot for Casey Dawson's time, 1:45.60.
That's a good point, because he's 1.66 seconds off Lehman's time, but Lehman 1.4 seconds ahead of Dawson. So Seperin's got a shot with a strong finish. His best event is the mass start, where he's well positioned to make the team there tomorrow, and also well positioned to be on the team pursuit team, where he is a world champion, trying to crack his way into the top two. Seferin coming to the line, and he's into fourth. So Emery Lehman and Casey Dawson take the top two spots, and we've been told by U.S. Speed Skating, because Lehman's on the team pursuit team and Dawson's already got the 5,000 meter spot, they are both also now guaranteed to be 1,500 meter Olympians. And for those wondering, because he is under the weather, he is pre-qualified in the mass start as well. So all he has to do is start that, and he'll have his 4 events on the way. Emery Lehman and Casey Dawson. What a skate by Lehman in his final year competing. He earns an individual spot to go with his crucial role in the team pursuit. His team pursuit teammate Casey Dawson joins him in the 1,500.
All right, Emery, let's start with you. You won the thing here today, and just what's it like, first of all, to have to skate a final like this to get to the Olympic berth? You had to do it solo.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. I mean, at the end of the day, you kind of always have to do it solo out there, but going before these guys and not really knowing what the time was, I knew I had to just go out really fast. I mean, like every 15, just go out fast and skate well.
Yeah. When you're out there skating this distance, where does it get just really hard, really difficult?
Oh, man. Like
everybody's laughing.
Yeah, like, I don't know, like 900 meters in, I start getting tired. I hope that's the right answer.
All right.
Yeah.
Hey, Casey, for you, you're adding another event to your Milan program. What does that mean to you?
Yeah, it means a lot. I mean, last Winter Olympics, COVID kind of took my opportunity to get a full 1,500 in and 5K, so just looking forward to kind of getting my first real touch of the Olympic experience.
And of course, the fantasy football loss has you carrying that backpack, and so it's even here in the interview. It's going everywhere, right?
It's going everywhere. You'll see it at the games for sure.
Jordan, you did what you had to do. We talked to your coach, Bob Casey, about having to start and then finish. Just tell everybody, how bad do you feel?
I don't feel too bad. I mean, I'm just tired, right? I did a huge training block, and coming here and trying the race, I got a little cold like 2 days before the race started, so that kind of messed me up a bit. So I don't want to go too far, in the hole. So I don't want to be, too tired. So I thought it was best to skip 1,500. It's hardest race, and I'll be back for the mass start.
We can't talk enough about just the expectation on you, but explain to everybody how much you lean on your coach like Bob Casey, who's a veteran and can help you navigate these moments until you get to the big stage.
Yeah, I think we're doing a great job of it, and I don't think there's much more we could ask for in preparation. We have 3.5 weeks now to prepare. And where I was in Norway, and then with this training block, I think I'm going to be in a really good spot. So there's not much to complain about.
All right, Jordan, thanks so much. Guys, congratulations. Keep that backpack with you, and I'll be looking for that in Milan, all right?
Okay, awesome. Yeah, thank you very much.
Okay, sure.